with the graduate class of bandstand. You are?
Wendy Rosen.
From?
Where I went to school?
Yeah.
Shipley.
Shipley.
Bryn Mawr.
Barbara Bodenheimer, Cheltenham.
Cheltenham.
Jim Bodenheimer from Rittenhouse Square.
Yes?
He's Maury Rosenberg, Overbrook High School.
Okay.
Gary DeMarco, South Philadelphia High School.
Ed Blank, Golani Senior High School.
Okay.
Barbara Blank, Lower Marion.
Okay.
Myrna Lerner, Central High.
And next to you?
Your high school. Then I go to high
Doug Sayre, P.S. DuPont.
Okay. Who's in the back there?
Randy Yogel, Lower Marion with Barbara Blank.
Go ahead.
Elaine Scheichman.
Start again.
Elaine Scheckman, Northeast High.
Hey.
Ken Cohen, Barnstable High School.
Where?
Barnstable.
What's that
You'll never know. Go ahead.
Who's up there?
Dina Utah, Drescher.
Okay, who's up there? Standing up.
Oh, Peter Steyer, Great Neck North High School in New York.
Okay, behind you. Come on. From Florida.
Oh, okay.
What are you?
Mike Scheinson. What do you want to know?
High school.
Northeast High School.
Yeah.
Mandy Steyer, Akiva.
Okay.
Northeast High. Lynn Cohen, Northeast High.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, Wendy.
Tony Schwager, Merchantville.
Okay. Okay, who's up? Who's up? You are.
Ron David out, Furman Drugs.
And how about next to you on your left? Oh, okay.
Lori Scheinson from Queens, Florida, and now transported to Philadelphia.
Any high school?
No, we don't talk about
Oh, we're not going to high school. And you are?
Joanne Daviddale, Atlantic City High School.
Okay.
And I'm Joe Weiss from
Where'd you go to
Cheltenham
college?
High. And I was your
Teacher.
partner at Temple.
Go ahead.
Alan Scheckman, Northeast High School.
Way to go.
Fred Bloom, Alney High.
Alney High.
Civi Bloom, Akiba.
Akiba. 2 for Akiba.
Hi, Alan Scheckman, Northeast High.
Marlene Schoenfeld, Germantown High.
Okay.
Gino Liano, New Haven, Connecticut.
Fred,
Nice.
do it again. Do it again.
I did?
Alan Scheckman.
I already told you, Fred.
Okay, because you really got to know.
Karen Singer, one and only from Upper Darby High.
Upper Darby. Did we catch you?
Yes.
Where'd you go?
Marcia Rosenblum, Yaten High.
Yane High.
I'm going to surprise everybody.
Come on. Oh, you already thought.
Bobby, you have your Kathy Lynch, Cardinal Docker.
Cardinal Docker.
Bob Schoenfeld, Central.
Oh, Central. 1 for Central.
Jim Lynch, Father Judge High School.
And
John Oleano, Hill House High School.
Hill House. Where's that?
New Haven, Connecticut.
New Haven.
Sam Greenblatt, Plainfield High, Plainfield, New Jersey.
Okay.
That's where
And
you
you are,
graduated
Steve?
from? Steve Cowan, Northeast High.
Okay.
And you are?
I'm Fred Singer, Northeast High. And you are?
Kate Schweiger, Aquinas High School.
Okay, Northeast wins. Yay! This can make a big difference. You are?
Gina, Northeast.
Yeah, of course. Okay. Bus number 20. Hip hip. Hooray. And where did you go to high school?
Glenbard West High School, Glen
Where's
Ellen,
that?
Illinois.
In Illinois. Okay. You almost went all the way. Second. Aren't there. Now, Sharon was not there. So, Sharon, what high school did you go to? And what's your name, first of all?
My name is Sharon Pinkinson, and I went to Philadelphia High School for Girls, otherwise
Okay.
known as Girls High.
Okay. Very good. Now,
Thank you.
is there anybody here who wants to do it over? Okay. Why? Why do you want to do it over?
We didn't follow instructions. I'm just a nursery school teacher, but I couldn't follow instructions. Honey, come on.
Okay.
Okay, I am Dina. What was that, Marcia?
I was going to put in a plug for the Bronx.
Oh, okay. I'm Dina Utane, Dina Cosenshaw Utane from Cheltenham High School.
I'm Honey Trachtenberg Sayre, and I'm from Cheltenham High School. Yay,
Cheltenham!
I'm Jody Panage Greenblatt from Cheltenham
High School. Yay,
And we are about to celebrate our 25th silver anniversary as friends. And we're going to celebrate it in Israel prematurely.
That's great.
Another thing is, if you cut the olive tree, it always keeps growing. It doesn't die.
A visit to the Golani Museum and Army installation brings us back to reality.
To remember the soldiers that have fallen. This tree is not cut because Golani no matter how many soldiers have fallen, we always have to keep going, always have to keep fighting. But if you look at the two triangles in back of the tree, the head of the triangles is taken off. That is to remember.
Now you will see how they are coming one after the other.
At Kibbutz Afakim, we see an example of how modern technology, through use of computers, have come to help Israel's dairy industry.
It's very cold, but it's only 16 years old.
Nice English.
Yeah. All the children.
Our hosts, Aliyah and Levi Zadok, continue our tour of Kibbutz Afakim.
Refrigerator tank, 4 degrees.
4 degrees centigrade.
Yes.
Now you have here a door, and the car is coming here.
Coming a big car.
A big car,
tank.
a big tank.
Also a refrigerator.
And it takes the...
And by pipe. And pump. It's taking the milk straight to Tel Aviv.
Wow.
Hello! Standing up. He must be sitting. Is that right?
Yes, it's right.
He's also he also makes very good.
I eat something between the meals.
Yeah.
And I like to eat something good.
Okay. And but there is one thing that'll get you up off your seat. What is that?
It's a beautiful woman.
Oh, well, here's this beautiful woman right here, his wife.
I was a beautiful woman.
No, you still
Not
are.
now.
You still are, because you can be beautiful in and out. Right?
Perhaps inside.
Well, I think
don't know.
both ways.
Okay,
Both
thank
ways.
you very much.
It's been really great meeting you.
To me also.
You know,
to meet you here in Israel.
it's wonderful.
And I hope that you will come back. And now you know our address. You're welcome every time. You can come with the children.
I hope to do that someday.
Okay?
Let me just say hello to your friends. Okay. This is the gangster.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. Let me see your gun. Let me see your gun.
My gun.
Yeah.
Look. Look. Look.
You know any jokes?
My jokes?
Joke.
Joke?
Joke.
Yeah, I have joke for you.
Let me hear a joke.
And I says, it's too sexy, my joke for you.
Too sexy?
Yeah, it's not for you, my joke. Nah, no.
No, you're not going to tell a joke?
Next time. Next time I say you my jokes.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay.
The camera can get broken from the joke.
We can edit the joke out. If it's too dirty, we can cut it out.
Yes, but the camera can get broken.
Oh, broken? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
His jokes, yes.
Yeah, his jokes?
Yeah, his jokes is very, yes, too hot jokes.
Too hot? All right.
Oh,
Too hot and completely blue.
Completely blue. Well, this is a color camera. It takes colors.
I understand, but the color, if the color is too hard, then it's broken.
Okay.
it's become red.
Later on that evening, the entire Mission 1000 gathers at the Ein Gev Amphitheater to watch the Anach Mukan We Are Here dance troupe, composed of former Russian refuseniks who have immigrated to Israel.
meine Schwerter bells, meine Heimatort, wie kommt meine Kinder singen Vaterland. Ich öffne das Fenster.
Yeah.
Shoreline also was silly. Up to the Jordan. Up to the Jordan.
Let's turn.
An ex-Syrian stronghold, today a Jewish kibbutz, shows the importance of the Golan Heights and what it means to Israel.
Of the southern Lebanon. How do you call it in English?
Our Army guide explains the strategic importance of the area we traveled today.
Southern Lebanese Army. The idea is not to let the terrorist groups that are trying to penetrate to the Israeli border, not to let them even get closer, try to stop them as far as possible. And so far, it proved itself to be a very, very, very good tactic, because the southern Lebanese are helping us to prevent these terrorist groups from moving inside towards the fence. And once in a while, especially since the beginning of the uprising in the West Bank, there are more and more attempts of penetrating, and some groups even hit the fence.
After a scenic morning, we proceeded to an IDF armored installation on the Golan.
Military base fire zone, and we have a very, very important person. This young lady, she teaches the Army people how to run this Israeli tank that she's standing behind, and she's going to tell you some things about it now.
Okay, this is the Israeli tank, the Merkava. It's our national pride because it's whole in Israeli development. And it's going to be the main battle tank in the Israeli armor force.
How fast does it go?
Oh, it goes very fast, maybe 70 kilometers for an hour.
In miles an hour, how many is that?
Miles, I don't know, only kilometers.
Does it have a computer on it?
It has very sophisticated firing
guidance systems?
Yeah.
What kind of missiles do they use on it?
Anti-tank missiles.
So it's basically...
It's not a missile, it's just a shell. It's not a missile.
Approximately how far does it go, the shell?
4,000 kilometers.
Does it use diesel?
4,000 meters, excuse me.
How many people usually are in the tank?
4 people. There's the driver, the gunner, the loader, and the tank commander.
I understand you have an aunt in Philadelphia.
Excuse me?
You have an aunt in Philadelphia?
Yeah, I have an aunt in Philadelphia. Aviva Strinsky, and I love you.
Where does she work?
She works in the Annenberg Research Institute. She's a director of the library over there.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome, thank you.
Army, Israeli Army, and your name is?
Boaz.
And your name?
Vital.
And your name?
Baruch.
And we're standing in front of an armor personnel carrier. What is your job in the Army?
I'm a tankist.
Okay, what do you do?
I handle the tank.
You drive it?
Yeah.
Drive it? And what do you do?
I'm not in tank or something like this. I'm responsible about the girls in my camp, in the my guys.
Okay. Thank you very much. We're from Philadelphia. Thank you.
Defense Minister Yitzhak Rabin addressed our mission.
General Pellet, commanders of the Israeli armed forces and other soldiers that are deployed on the Golan Heights, and you, the people of Philadelphia that care, involved in the support of Israel. Allow me first to say that we in Israel are really moved and touched by your decision to come, to stand up, to show your solidarity with Israel, not only by talking, but by being here with us in Israel in these days. I know it's very easy to identify with Israel after a good war like the Six-Day War, approved in period of trials, in period sure that I am expressing the feelings of many, many people in Israel who watch television and saw today here on the Golan Heights. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Next, live maneuvers by the Armored Corps. Army has just completely demolished the enemy, and they're just mopping up at this last moment. One tank is being held in reserve just in case there is some action by the Syrians. This is Fred Singer live on NBC News. Now back to you, Chet Huntley. Push the red button again.
We're stopped right now near the village of Jericho. We're with Mike, who's our guide, and in the background you see there is a Israeli border check, and they're going to group some of the buses together in order to give us some just insurance, just to make sure everything is all right. There's been a few minor disturbances, but Mike, what do you feel about this area?
Well, this area, as you can see, is totally arid, empty, with the exception of Jericho itself, which is the oldest town in the world. Our stop here is really only because it's Philadelphia 1000, and we don't want even the smallest possibility of disturbance. Otherwise, you can see all other traffic stops with passes by without stopping.
When's the last time there's been anything going on here that that was unusual?
A few months back, there was some disturbance here.
What was it?
We are driving through the town proper, the town of Jericho, and the potential is there of a disturbance, and nobody wants to take a risk with that larger group and that representative group.
What are your thoughts on this Mission 1000? Are you been satisfied with it from your standpoint?
Oh yes, it's high time that a large group of Jewish people came to be with us. And we're not talking about mission or not mission, simply come and visit with us. For some reason the Jewish people, when it's tough going, stay home. This bunch came because the media said stuff going. Still they came, and it's a joy.
Do you feel there's been enough publicity throughout Israel to emphasize what's been going on here? Do you think the average Jewish resident understands?
I don't know if the average Jewish resident understands or not, and doesn't understand, but he's aware. He's aware that the mission is here. You're seen. There's high visibility on the media, in the papers, on the radio, and on TV.
Thank you very much, Mike.
You're very welcome.
We're standing here with Zonik. Now, a few months ago, maybe in the summertime, Zonik got an idea, and he put a challenge to the people from Philadelphia, some of the leadership, to bring 1,000 people here to Israel, to visit Israel, to get the ball started rolling. And Zonik, did you think in your wildest dreams it would come true?
Yes. I'm a practical guy. When I knew it's possible if we will catch the right lay people who will be enthusiastic as I am. And luckily we did. Because I don't think it's a big deal to put up. There are 5 million Jews in America. So what is thousands of them to come on a mission?
Well, now that we've all arrived and we really had a wonderful time and we're seeing the country, meeting the people, what do you feel the next step should be to keep the ball rolling?
Next, I think everybody who participates on this mission especially the first timer, have to come again fast with their spouses, with their kids, with their friends. We have to make it something rotating all the time, mission after mission. People are going on vacations anyhow. Let them come here.
Well, that's a wonderful idea, and of course it was a great idea, and I think we're really going to keep the thing moving. One last question before we go in for lunch. How important do you think it is for people when we go back to speak up to our friends and relatives and just to general people that we know about how wonderful Israel it is? How important is that going to be?
It's not only important. I think this is the most important outcome of the mission. You are our real ambassadors. You are our partners and ambassadors. You will say, I was there. Who else could say that I walked in the street of Jerusalem and I felt safer than walking in Philadelphia? You are the people who have to bring the real story, not the bloody media.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay.
Are you ready?
No, Stephen hasn't come back with the water.
I'm not going to go with that, Neil.
Elaine?
During the first century, 960 zealots held off the entire Roman army. Today, our group climbs Masada.
And you ready to do it?
Ready? Go ahead, Karen. Goodbye. So long. On your way.
On your way. Not for you, Fred, but the other Fred.
Okay.
We're waiting for...
You ready?
Yeah. I feel like I have to do it.
I thought you got them.
I feel like I got it. I feel like I got it.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
Let me take a picture, Dad.
You want to come over here, Maxine?
Been doing it.
Right here. Yeah, these waters have broken. I like it this way. Karen!
How was it?
No problem.
Terrific.
Dina carried me up all the time.
Come on up.
He's the king.
There's no problem. Nice to see you guys.
Come on up. Take the last 6 steps.
No problem. Nothing.
They know that they could, force us to do the work. As I told you,
what's wrong with you, Fred?
You're on video.
Kill them rather than because they work in the job. They could afford weapons.
I gotta go back down to see what the others are.
I have to say, it will be when we go back to the old city. That was really it. The first time when we came in on Sunday, and we marched down as 1,000 of us, and we came to the old city and saw the wall. That's really moving. That's really moving. It's also moving being up here on Masada. We climbed up the snake path, and we took our time. We had our water. We rested when we wanted to, and then you think the 900 people that did this thousands of years ago, they brought their children, their families, the old people, their animals. They brought everything with them, and they built this path. It's amazing to think of it.
Okay, thanks.
We descend from Masada on the path the Romans built 1,900 years ago.
a simulated Bedouin camp where we just had a fabulous barbecue with all the fixings and live camels, and everyone is really winding up a great day. It started off with a tour of the Dead Sea and a swim in the Dead Sea, and then the history and a spectacular light show of Masada, and here we are finishing up with a fabulous dinner, and it's just been one of the finest days of the trip. Many people are, even though they're tired, are very, very happy to be here and feel very committed to make Mission 1000 to be just the beginning of many missions in the future. Yeah. You've been on missions before?
Never before. It's my first one.
Your feelings, your thoughts?
Oh, it's fabulous, and I love being at Masada today, and I love seeing you get up and lead the cheer to everybody, and I'm enjoying our Bedouin feast right now.
Have you had better cuisine today?
Today?
Or ever?
This is the best today. And that's not saying much, but no, it's very good tonight.
Thank you.
All right.
This is also their first mission. Some thoughts on today in the mission?
Fred, we think today was the best day. It was great starting out. Everything we did today was fun. We're outside all day with a lot of friends. Masada was fantastic. Dead Sea was fantastic. I'll tell you what, this of all things, I didn't think. This is like eating at the Four Seasons. It's probably even better. The meal was as good as the Four Seasons, and the service was even better. And here I'm talking to this young lady over here. She's watching me, and she had everything to do with this. Would this young lady come in who just had everything to do? Didn't you do everything here?
No, I'm just a volunteer, and I came here to help the Camel Riders company.
What is your name?
My name is Irit Dortal, and I am a volunteer in the Israeli Forum. That's why I'm involved in all kind of things like that.
Thank you.
Great job, and we're glad to be here, and we have a couple more days left.
Great.
I don't have anything to say.
Thank you.
We arrive at Yad Vashem.
You take 4 candles, you take a lot of mirrors, and you got millions and millions of lights.
Yad Layaled, dedicated to the 1.5 million children who perished in the Holocaust.
Everybody knew him in his pen name, Janusz Korczak. Janusz Korczak was a pedagogue, an author. I, as a kid, grew up on children's stories by Janusz Korczak. World renowned. So well renowned, so well known that the Nazis didn't want to harm him. They were afraid, although he was a Jew, they were afraid of some fight. He also made it his life's work to have an orphanage of Jewish kids. They dresses. Remember, it was an orphanage. And he led them, embracing them into Jesus. That was Janusz Korczak. In that respect, this piece of statue represents the real story. And from here, I'll take you to the museum. The artist simply eats the chicken, the squawky animal, the fish, even the silent fish, symbol of redemption, is broken in half. That's his symbolism. The second, trying to escape. And everything happens to you. You're trying to get away. There's no way to escape. All those symbols come. The third panel has to do with once those few who manage, they by all manner of transportation in one direction. Only one direction remains. So the fourth panel shows the Lion of Judah with the Sabbath candles upright again. But the Lion of Judah is crying. Crying.
Which is a Jewish symbol of death.
We enter the museum and see a desecrated Torah.
the first sounds of the beginning of the home.
Yeah, and you know that
Beyond this, however, the ghetto workshops of ghetto residents, their meager blankets were also collected and redistributed to the needy and to refugees for little comfort in lectures, musical and instrumental performances, and theater groups in which both professionals and amateurs participated.
והים רשרו של המים ברק השמיים.
Outside of the museum, the entire mission gathers to pray for the millions who no longer
and then answered my thoughts. Whatever you are thinking tonight, he lifted my chin up and looked at me firmly.
And the white chestnut candles in the court. Only I never saw another butterfly. That butterfly was the last one. Butterflies spent in the presence of 6 million loved ones. Our fathers, our mothers, our babies. Now, still.
Tears stain our cheeks, our hearts break with grief. So little is left, a lock of hair, a shoe, a prayer.
My heart is my witness, I have taken an oath to remember it all.
But we are survivors, we are redeemed. We rend bitterness from our hearts. We celebrate our deliverance.
My heart is my witness, I have taken an oath to remember it all.
And through tears saw the record of horror. I heard two people gasp the words, "O God." That is what we shall do now. We cry out, "O God." O God, be thou Gadol v'Kadosh, magnified and sanctified. O God, inspire us, human beings created in your image, to be Gadol v'Kadosh, that there may never again be such acts of bestiality visited upon you and any of your children. Together we pray, O God, Yitzgadal, V'Yitzkadash, T'mei Rabbah, She'alma Divrach Hirutei, V'Yamlich Malchutei, V'chayei Chon V'yomei Chon V'chayei B'chol Beit Yisrael, V'agala U'vizman Kariv V'yimru Amen. Yehi Shemei Rabbah Barach Le'olam L'amei Almaya. Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitfa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitale V'yitalal Shmei D'Kudesha B'richu Le'ela Min Kol Birchata V'shirata Tushbechata V'nechemata Damiram V'yalmal V'yimru Amen.
Ed Goldenberg and Martha Bronstein, Shirley Mohad and Myrna Linsenberg.
In the National Unity Government, as well as Vice Premier and Minister of Foreign Affairs,
and currently he serves as Minister of Finance. Minister Shimon Peres.
Jerusalem was conquered at least 30 times in the last 4,000 years. Never did we have a more pleasant occupation than the one achieved by your delegation from Philadelphia. You conquered the streets, the capital, and even more important, our hearts. You came as an expression of deep Jewish solidarity. 1,000 people at a trying time, and let's hope you will pave the way for other communities to follow suit in this magnificent organization and idea. In the countries, I will say the following. Destroyed and ignored, to a refusing land, to a dry country, to make it flourish again, to reawake a long love and a long hope that the whole people had carried with it in synagogues and in ghettos, in suffering and in prayers. Not only did we return, but we have ingathered our exiles from really the four corners of the world. Strange tribes in strange places like Ethiopia, and Eastern European Jewry, people from South America, from North Africa, from England, from France, from California, from all other places, speaking almost 100 different languages and trying to look at each other to discover such a long brotherhood and such a long separation between the tribes.
Tony, you're one of the co-people, chair people. Give us your thoughts. What did you think what was going to happen and what did happen?
Well, it was great. Jody and I fell in love.
No, Jody!
Everything I thought was going to happen did happen, but it was even better. What's going on with you two?
Okay, Tony, what did you think?
This was great. Absolutely a fabulous experience. And getting to know the people was the highlight of the whole week, including you, Fred. And back to you in New York.
Hey, you were very emotional yesterday. Did you plan that?
Not at all. Fred, this was overwhelming. Get out of here. I can't do this. I love you. Bye.
Here's Marcia.
Thanks, Fred. And I'm not insulted that I haven't had one interview on your video all mission. Fred?
You were the coordinator for Federation. All right? What kind of problems did you think you're going to have, and what was the result?
I didn't think we were going to have any problems, and I was right. It was absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect.
The power of positive thinking.
Did you feel the people got what they expected or much more?
I hope they took a lot more out of this mission, a lot more than we could have put in.
Myrna, you were here without your husband. I know it was a little lonely, but tell me, give me your thoughts on the week.
I miss Jerry so much.
Not what I heard.
Every day. Every day.
Jerry, it's not what I heard.
I'd like to make a correction. That was Binghamton Central, and I want to thank Fred and Karen for taking care of me on the flight home. They haven't done it yet, but they will. And
what'd you think about the week?
You can't put it into words. It was fabulous. I wish I could have experienced it with my family, but since I didn't, I'm glad I had this family. All of them.
Sam, come over here, Sam. Move over here. Okay. Sam is one of the co-chairmen of our bus, co-leaders. Come on in. I know you were on the mic all week. You were on the mic all week. Now here's your chance. Give us your thoughts on the week. Don't freeze.
Oh, scare me.
Okay, Dina, you take her.
He said he had a wonderful time.
Sammy, you can't talk. Okay. All right.
Dina, give me your thoughts on the week. What was the most moving experience you had?
No, don't get me started. I'll cry. Masada was the highlight of my trip. But I just want to say it was the most moving and unforgettable experience I've ever had. And I thank everyone here responsible. And we had the best bus ever.
Doug and Honey. Doug, you've been here many times. Honey, this is your first time? Honey, I know you're a little apprehensive, concerned for your personal security. What was your feeling once you got here?
I felt very safe. I felt really good. I was glad that I came. It was nothing. The flight was a piece of cake. And I'm really glad I had this wonderful experience. It was a real growing.
Doug, you said that yesterday that you've been here many times and it's like getting your batteries recharged. But exactly. How is this compared to other missions?
This is absolutely the best. It's the group that makes it the best. The leaders were the best. I mean, everything was just fantastic. A lot of warmth. Also, I was here with my wife. I mean, this is a new experience. I didn't have to look. I didn't have to come here looking for women. I mean, everything was safe, kosher. I mean, I really felt good about that.
Thank you very much. Final night.
A-L-A, and make sure you spell it right.
This is the final night. Things are supposed to be winding down, but I really feel at this point we're still flying high. What do you say, Al?
I agree. No, we came on this mission expecting just an educational experience and to see Israel and to meet the people, but this turned out to be a happening. It's more than we ever expected. It's the greatest thing I've experienced so far.
Gina, I know you had a special thing happen to you this week in that you met some of your relatives, some of whom you've never met, some you only met when you were 3 years old. Give us a little insight on your feelings on that.
Doesn't matter.
It's just been an unbelievable experience. Israel, everything we've done, and seeing my relatives for the first time. I'm going to be spending the next 3 days with them, so I'll have to continue this interview when we get home. But I have a question for you, Fred. Is this video camera going to be for sale when you get home?
The video camera is available for $11.99 at Singer's Appliance. The tape we can talk about at a much lower price. Steve, Swivelhead Steve.
I have a statement and then a question. First, anybody who's watching this video, this is about the 26th hour, and at this point you absolutely hate Fred. Let me just say, he's a nice guy. He just got carried away. But we're real happy to have him with us. Hopefully he'll edit this down so that this will be cut out. But my thoughts of the week. Fred asked me about my thoughts for the week, and this week has been magical. It's been, whenever I hear the Magical Mystery Tour, the Beatles song, I'm going to think of this week, because that's what it's been. It's been just an experience beyond belief, something that you wouldn't think would happen.
Is it on now?
It's on.
Okay. Hi, Larry.
How many times have you been on here?
This is my second trip, but really my first in many ways.
Well, when you came here before, was it just on a tour?
It was a tour, but I was too young to appreciate it.
So was that last year?
20 years ago.
I know you were very, very moved yesterday at the caucus. Give us just some inner thoughts on your feelings then.
On my feelings?
Yeah.
This is about 120% better than I ever expected it to be. And that makes it even more wonderful to be here with my family, some of my closest friends, and my new close friends. And that's wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
First time they've been to Israel. Give us a little bit of your insight on the highlight of this trip, if there was one.
Well, definitely climbing Masada. Boy, my kids will never, ever believe that their mother could have ever done it. Of course, I was the last one up, but I made it.
Maury, when you went to the kibbutz, you met the people that live there. How did you find them?
People in the kibbutz were very simple people. They weren't at all like the tradition is O'Reilly that has a very heavy political view. The person we met was a farmer. and what he was most concerned about, whether or not there'd be enough rain for his bananas and whether he'd be left alone to harvest them.
Gene, when we went to the high school, we had a beautiful performance by the orchestra. We had time to sit down and eat lunch with the children. Give us some of your thoughts with that experience.
Right. I just love the children there, and I had a very nice experience with some young girl, and she was trying to be like a little performer, and she was just beautiful. And I spent a little time with her, talking to her, and she was just great. And she was very happy that I was there to be with her. That's all I can say.
John, yesterday at the caucus, there was a lot of emotion. Give us your feelings on that scene.
Well, the experience of the human emotion, it's just too spectacular to explain. The simplicity, the truth, the realism, the togetherness of this whole community is mind-boggling. We've enjoyed every moment of it. You asked Gene a question about Kafar Hasidim. Do I have that right?
What?
The Kafar Hasidim. We've made a donation.
No, I didn't.
Directly.
Okay.
We decided to make a direct donation.
Oh, to the school.
To the school.
Oh, that's
that was a very moving moment, particularly when you led the band.
That's been to Israel before.
Yes, I have.
But that was a long time ago, under different circumstances. How do you feel? What do you think we have to do as Jews to make this just the beginning of a great movement?
I think we all have to make sure that we come at least once every other year and bring a lot of people. Lots and lots of people. Ask your friends, your relatives, bring your relatives, subsidize them, and bring them here.
Lori, when you get home to Philadelphia, and after you've had time, or are you going back to Florida? To Florida, okay. I know Florida's putting together a mission.
That's Miami, but I'm going to try and do one in West Palm.
Okay, what are you going to do to get back there? What do you feel what kind of thoughts do you have as far as getting something started where you are?
I'm excited, I'm thrilled, I can't wait to do something, to get other people encouraged and enthusiastic about coming to Israel. My family's never been here, so they're the first ones who are going to be pitched.
You've been here before?
No, never. This is our first time, and I'm going to get my whole family to come back.
What was the most moving thing that comes to your mind of the whole week?
Oh, I don't know. There were too many. I really can't think of just one.
Give us one.
I guess the Children's Memorial.
Children's Memorial?
Yeah.
At Vasham. What was it called?
I couldn't tell you.
Oh, Vasham. Okay. Marlene, come right in here for a minute. Marlene was also very touched yesterday, as I was. I was touched with her emotion. She mentioned how she wanted, when she got back, she wanted to try to do something for children who possibly had lost a parent or are orphans. Give us your feelings.
Well, what I'd like to do is, if there is a family out there where there's a widowed mother with children to raise, and she feels alone and doesn't have a place to go, I want to be able to tell her, I've been to Israel, and if you want a good place to raise your children, a safe, comfortable place where you'll be an integrated family, then come to Israel. And that's what I got from this trip, that there is a place and that they won't be forgotten, as I felt when I was a child. And that's what I got out of the trip.
Thank you.
And
very, very deep thoughts. Lisa, we'll have some more in just a second.
Okay, thank you.